I mean, what's he gonna do here? He's been sitting here the whole round, and we just burned every card away with Keltullis or eaten it with Yaga. We're gonna eat a Spellweaver this turn. This Selkirk's been out for 8 turns, and he hasn't had an opportunity where the Jewel does more than 5 damage. He's got him. That's how the deck works. Today I wanted to take a look at the Keltullis new deck with the new monsters cards, so we're going to do that. This deck list is we'll go through it pretty quickly because it's fairly self-evident. We have the Ornamency for consistency. Keltullis, the whole point here, you want to play him potentially 3 times. At least 2 will definitely be happening. Yaga I wanted to play just because he's Yaga and he's new. I wanted to see how this goes. You set him up with your, what's it called? The Witches Sabbath. Then you play him and consume some stuff, and it should be pretty fun. Heatwave for removal tech. I wanted this against potentially an opponent's Keltullis deck, as well as something like anything with a big tall card we could deal with. Witches Sabbath here. I'm going to use this. This is how you bring back your Keltullis. You bring back Keltullis, your Cave Troll, which we'll get to, and ideally your Nithraal. Those are your 3 premier targets. So obviously you're going to be playing it in the opponent's melee row. Siri Dash, because we're playing Carapace to protect our stuff. Give us the Veil on our Keltullis, on our Nithraal, stuff like that. So Siri Dash is in the deck, and you can draw cards with her possibly. If you have the Cave Troll down, you can throw her down. If you open Cave Troll, followed by Siri Dash, going first or second, after 3 more turns, you'll draw your card, right? So if you go first, you play Cave Troll, then Siri Dash, or second, Cave Troll, Siri Dash. This is better if you go second, do it. She'll draw you the card after you play your last one in the round if they pass on 7. So they'll win the round on even 7-7 if they pass like that. Hopefully that was pretty clear. I'll try and show it in the game, make it a little bit more clear. The Emerless Wrath for removal. This could be something else, but you're going to go really tall with Keltullis and all the boost cards. So Emerless Wrath made sense against opponents' tall cards. Nithraal we mentioned. Alissa Henson. Shuffle back your Witches Sabbath. This is probably too inconsistent to be a good strategy. Probably you're going to want to play Ornamency for consistency in Sabbath, and then use Witches Sabbath for 2 rounds, Keltullis in 2 rounds. But I wanted to try the Alissa Henson version, where you can potentially play Keltullis stuff 3 rounds. This also requires you to purify your stuff, because you will get doomed when you bring stuff back with Witches Sabbath. So Keltullis will get doomed, your Cave Troll will get doomed, and you have to purify that off. So obviously that's a little harder to do. I wanted to go for it. I'm guessing this is not the best version of the deck, but I thought it'd be most fun to try out with the new cards. Parasite for removal, 2 Witch Apprentices. These are good things to bring back. So potentially in, say, round 3, your Cave Troll. Cave Troll's pretty hard to purify before round 3 if you brought it back with Witches Sabbath, because it's doomed, but you want the Defender on it still. So it's kind of hard. Sometimes you might bring back Keltullis and then 2 Witch Apprentices, and then play a card and you start engines going. That'd be pretty good. And then, because we're playing Keltullis, we have a bunch of boost cards. So we have Swallows, Makam Ales for the unlocks. Spores is a tech card I like throwing in nowadays. There's a lot of boost cards that go really tall, so Spores is a good answer to those. I thought we would throw that in here. And then the Pax is another boost. Pellars for Purifies. You could run Caretaker, probably instead of Emerless Wrath here, but keep in mind that Witches Sabbath only brings back monsters units from your graveyard, so there's no resurrecting Siri Dash, no resurrecting the Alissa Henson, not that you want to, and no resurrecting the... oh, whatever I just said. That was really helpful. The Caretaker, if you were to include him. And then you have the Pax, I said. Careful with the Doomed on this. You don't want to Doom something you want to bring back. You want to make sure it's Veil first. If you have to Carapace or Keltullis before you play Pact to make sure it doesn't get doomed, you might consider that worth it. Pellar for the Purifies then instead of Caretaker, like I said. And then we have Squirrel. You could run Xavier. I think one Squirrel is probably good because they're running Heatwave. You can Heatwave the big card on the field and have the Squirrel for selling a discard pile. You could handle most things with the Keltullis control. And then 2 Wild Hunt Hounds for an engine that boosts. Now, before we get into the games here, there is certainly an argument for the other version of Keltullis. By other version, I mean instead of running this many boosts, you run some control cards. So Alzur's Thunders, stuff like that to answer the opponent's cards more. Certainly viable. I just thought this would be more interesting because control is just, it's what it is. It's pretty good. I didn't want to double up too much on the Keltullis unless they're playing a swarm deck or a lot of spawning, Keltullis and control can mean the Keltullis isn't getting a lot of value. So in this case I went for the boost cards. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it should be pretty interesting. Alright, let's find our first game here. This should be very interesting. Lined Pockets is really not the type of deck I want to face. Heavy control can be an issue, as well as things with Purify and Movement. Movement in particular is actually really deadly, because when you go really tall with this deck, and if you're not playing a lot of tall removal, you can kind of expect stuff to not get killed. A lot of the time it won't get killed, but they're playing Movement. This is just not in this game. He's obviously not going to be playing too much Movement, if any, but I'm just bringing this up for the deck's weaknesses. Movement can be a problem because they can move your Keltullis to range and then nothing happens. Yeah, so that's not good. The other problem is a lot of control, which is what I was thinking about with this deck. Stuff like Freak Show. Bounties are less of a problem than poisons. You have to be really careful and throw out your Carapaces. Carapace will be kind of key here. If he's playing bounties, which he probably is, we'll probably have to Carapace a lot of our stuff around too. And we also have to watch out for Philippa, although I don't think there's really many ways to play around here. If he has her, we might be in trouble. So those are the problems in this matchup. Although, honestly, if he Philippa's Keltullis, Witches Sabbathing him, giving him the Keltullis, still does the same thing. It still burns up all his units, so it's not that bad. 9 coins means we're going to be really careful. Obviously, Keltullis is still better in our graveyard. I don't really want to open Cave Troll here just because of the Philippa option, and if he is playing Bounty, that wouldn't be great. So we'll open up here. Maybe we can get him to spend a couple of coins. That'd be nice. Make his coin count lower, make it a little safer here. We're going to need these engines here. Looking at our hand, we're actually missing Keltullis and Nithraal, which are 2 cards we want to see this round. Okay, so Scoundrel here. He's one for our top bronze. Took off a Pellar. Probably not too sad about that. We're going to lose dominance here for quite a while with him out. So, yeah, we actually have a lot of our cards. We need Ownermancy for Witches Sabbath, round 2. So we need it this round for Keltullis. We could Keltullis and then boost with Carapace. In order to kill it then, he'd have to... let's play Cave Troll. I'm just thinking about this. We could have bountied Cave Troll here, or a Veiled Cave Troll. But honestly, I want him to spend his coins, so I'm not afraid of him stealing something. If he's going to till this with damage, like bounty it and put damage on it, maybe Professor or something, and cut through. Okay, Fabian Hale's going to put it on here. So this is dying next turn, the Cave Troll. Do that this turn because to the... He's going to use coins? Okay, sure. Sure. He is going to die. Did I call this guy Cutthroat? It's clearly a Scoundrel. So here we could go for our lovely Keltullis. We only have 1 monster in our discard pile. We actually want more there, so we can bring it back with Witches Sabbath and not give him extra points. So let's go get our Keltullis here. He will kill a unit this round. So I think we have to Veil it here. The Graydon threat's too high otherwise, and this will give us the dominance back for our Wild Hunt Hound. That's nice. We kill off that guy. Here he might pass. This is really what we want. It gives us a win on even if he passes, and then we'll have 3 units to bring back with Witches Sabbath next round. This is perfect. Perfect example of the deck. Now we just have to win the game to show it off, ideally. Although, you can show off how decks work without winning pretty well, too. Round 2 here, we're going to Ownermancy into Witches Sabbath right away. That will give us Defender with Keltullis behind it and an engine in Wild Hunt Hound. So now I want to draw a lot of boost cards and not very many units. That gives Keltullis more value. Cutthroat here will be a pretty big bring back for him. So I think we're just going to have to Veil. We're going to have to immediately Veil both of our tallest cards in case he has Witchfinder. Keep that in mind. I do with Yaga might not be great, but we'll probably find a use for him. Alissa Henson will be used to shuffle back the Witches Sabbath. We could draw another card here. Spores we'll put back. Okay, this is looking pretty good actually. We go Witches Sabbath right away. This is the point of the deck. That's how it works. We'll go here, Ownermancy, Witches Sabbath, and go melee for him. Now giving him back the Scoundrel is pretty nice. Now you notice that he only had 2 units, which means we only get 2 units. That's good actually. We just put Veil on both of these, and Witchfinder now, without bounty, what does he do? His tall removal is Graydon. He might have Junior, but again, Cave Troll blocks the damage. Freak Show is the option that's probably best for him. Then we keep boosting the Cave Troll. He can't bounty us, he can't poison us, so we're actually really strong here. We just have to keep in mind that throughout the game here, I want our tallest unit to always have Veil, so we can't throw Witchfinder down and then start hitting it with Scoundrel. Scoundrel heal is really annoying, but we do have the Naglfar, or not the Naglfar, the Humorless Wrath to kill it off if we need to. Now here we're letting him build up units. We could start boosting for our Keltullis, but I'd rather throw out these Witch Apprentices since they're going to get their Sabbath and they're just going to keep boosting, and we're going to play them eventually, right? So we might as well start with them early. Like I said, here's the Witchfinder. She's going to get no value this game other than these 3 coins, because we're just going to keep our tallest unit having Veil. Once the Witch Apprentices get pretty big, that's when we have to be a little careful about that. We could swallow now. Let's, we could Purify. Let's just make this big preemptively. Obviously, we could have thrown down our second Witch Apprentice here. But I want to throw down this just because I kind of feel like it. I want him to get more units out. And we'll start burning up more of his units. We can place Witch Apprentice later. We're threatening to start killing off really good units for him with our Keltullis otherwise. Now I say all that, and then he played a Grand Inquisitor here and made a bunch of sacrificial Firesworn Zealots. So that was kind of pointless. It was a good thought though. Now, he's going to lose 2 points a turn as long as these are dying. Obviously, we could have played Parasite to kill off the Inquisitor, but I think I want the boost. Because that's 2 points, gives him 2 points. But he's still spending coins. I'd rather he spent coins this way than on some big, tall card. Although, it's not that bad either way. I think we'll just kill this off. Keltullis is going to have free reign here to kill units. I do need him to play a 4 Persian unit for Yaga. He won't have a 5. Yaga's not going to be great here. So there's the Fistic. Like I said, we have to have Veil. But that's fine. Parasite, we can kill off Inquisitor now. There's no reason to give him more of these. Now that we're not losing out on turns of Witch Apprentices, we can get rid of that. Pretty good. And this is exactly the point of the deck. You get the stuff going like this, and then there's nothing they can really do. What's he going to do? He needs Bounty to get rid of our tall cards, and he can't. We have Veil, so that was the key here. And since he has Scoundrel with him, make sure that Keltullis or Cave Troll is always the tallest unit here, so we don't have to worry about the Veil. Now we can't do the 3 rounds here, even though I'm putting this back with Keltullis because he has Doomed and we don't have a Purify, but it should be fine here. I don't think there's anything he can do. And there's the 2-0. Let's find a second game there. That was a perfect example of how the deck works in a 2-0 attempt. We had the Alissa Henson, but we couldn't have the Purify to set up 3 round. You don't necessarily need the 3 round with Keltullis, although that's kind of the point, you really want it. Otherwise, you're kind of playing the Witches Sabbath and hoping they don't have good cards in their graveyard. It's kind of unlikely. Here though, against Nature's Gift, this should be interesting. There's only one problem. This will be a very difficult matchup for one reason, and that's I don't have damage to kill Double-Fauna Sorceresses. And Double-Fauna Sorceresses can create the Make a Bomb. Making a Bomb will move us out of the melee row. Stop us from protecting Keltullis, stop our Keltullis from working, and I predict a really difficult matchup here just because of that. So if he's smart, he'll pick Making a Bomb to play Keltullis, although it also makes me not want to play Keltullis right away. We could go Witch Apprentice, and then hopefully we'll get to Sabbath next turn with Keltullis. They'll be 1 short. Let's do it. Let's do this. I want him to not think we have a big threat. So I want him to not make Making a Bomb. Basically what this counts down to is we want him to not make Making a Bomb here. Gives us a better chance of winning. We can't dodge all the Making a Bombs though. I predict at some point we'll start getting stuff moved. The other option is if he goes... Okay, maybe he'll go for Dryad's Caress. Okay, not yet. So Elven Seer next turn, then he's going to make the Dryad's Caress. Probably was going to go for. We can go for Keltullis here, but the thing is then we start killing our own units. That's obviously not great, so instead I'm going to play this. I'm not concerned about Keltullis losing value here overall from units, because he's going to be playing Nature's Gift. He's going to spawn much Treants. Okay, actually just plays Dryad's Caress out of hand. He really should make Making a Bomb here. It moves the protection out of our melee row, and then it also weakens our Sabbath. Look at both of these ticking though. Throw this out here. No Keltullis yet, obviously, because he'll kill our own units. And he passes. These 3 back. The thing is, we don't have Witches Sabbath. Without Witches Sabbath, we can't do this. So I think, unless we draw it, we just go to a long round 3 to get more redraws and hopefully get it. Because without Witches Sabbath, this deck's not going to work. I need my defender back. Especially because he has more making of bombs coming from these double mana sorceresses. If we don't have it, there's no way. Because Keltullis is just going to get moved. And we didn't draw it or our Onomancy here. That was a pretty solid chance we actually got either of those, but we didn't. Could do quick math, but you know, whenever you do that, it goes wrong. Can't be that hard though, right? We had 20% chance and a 20% chance. Chance we had both is what? 1 out of 25, 4%. Like a, so it's like 36% chance we drew one or the other. That's a decent chance, but now we're going into round 3. We're gonna have 1 draw and then 4 redraws. So we will definitely be seeing, well, I say definitely. That's an incredibly high chance here that we can do this. We're probably going to see them. We just need these extra redraws or else this deck's just not going to work. I need the Cave Troll just because of, normally you can do this without Cave Troll. Like just play Keltullis, but I know he has several options to get making a bomb for movement. And that's not something we're going to have to deal with here. Got a good game from the last game. Huh, slowly, but that also means we don't need Pellar. Because Pellar's here to purify off the Doom from Witches Sabbath, which we did draw. Alissa Henson could be, I think she's dead, right? We don't have Onomancy. Oh, Siri Dash is nice. Honestly, Spores is a card I want here, but I'm not sure I want to redraw here for it. Let's go for it. Okay, no Spores. Spores is nice because we have Last Say and he's playing Herald Gourd. So it's a nice point play. Call of Force, we're going to have to outvalue him here, and the only way we outvalue him is if Keltullis is not answered. So we just have to hope he doesn't have double Final Sorceresses left. If he doesn't have them left, so what do we give him? We give him a 1 though when we play Witches Sabbath. Maybe we just do it without Keltullis and hope he doesn't move our defender. I think that's our choice. I think we have to. Obviously here we just gave him 3 engines, so this is scary. But I really need him to not making a bomb. Or just not have more double Fauna sorceresses. Okay, Ethne, Ratha Brockland's fine. Just don't just make Dryad's Caress and boost your Hamadryad, please. Yeah, play. Okay, perfect. So it's not making a bomb. As long as he doesn't move our stuff, we're okay. I think as long as he doesn't move our stuff, we can get enough control from Keltullis to be fine. Let's see here. We go Keltullis this. Yeah, we go Keltullis this turn. We boost with Carapace, so we get Sabbath. Let's boost here. There's a pretty good chance. Well, he's running Devotion, so he's not going to have Heatwave. We could have boosted our Cave Troll to get around a... We'll making a bomb worse, right? Because it gives 4 bleeding. But that's only if there's something in the row it's moving to, and it's going to move to an empty row. The 4 damage is actually better for us than the 4 bleeding here, so we don't want to veil the Cave Troll. Because the 4 damage is blocked. Oh, what's this? Can it be Orbs, or... Oh no, it's going to be Bountiful Harvest. Interesting. I've seen this a couple times. It's going to have the Forest Protector as well. Now, just don't get Sorceress, and we'll be good here. I think I see a Sorceress in the back, though. Yeah. That's a problem. We have Parasite, we have Emulous Wrath as options. But I also want to play Yaga, because we're going to need Yaga value, I think. Yaga can also bait. So if we Yaga and consume here, we threaten consuming Hamadryad. So he has to answer Yaga instead of Keltullis. But then again, okay, there's a making a bomb. We knew it was coming. If he's playing Circle of Life, this is bad, but I don't think he is. Because he's playing the Bountiful Harvest. I haven't seen any control yet. I think if he was playing control, we probably would have seen it earlier. Although maybe he didn't play it because no Death Blow. Could also be a 1 of. basically, if he has it here, we're... I feel like he's looking for control. Okay, he does have the Circle of Life. Nature's Rebuke would have done this too. But still, no more sorceresses. Let's play Hound. We might as well play behind Defender. There's no reason not to. Just sort of play around, kind of, the Yrden, but he's not going to have Yrden because we know his Devotion because of Wrath of Brokilon. Just put it here. And let's Veil this again. The reason we did that is because we actually lost our dominance there to his Hamadryad. I want to get the Wildhunt Hound ticking again. Okay, Elven Seer. The real threat here is Dobleton a Sorceress. So I can kill this. Then again, I need heat. I can't spend Heat Wave on a Sorceress. I don't think, because we have to enter Herald Gourd with it. He probably boosted Herald Gourd with those. Okay, we could kill with Umberless Wrath. I think Umberless Wrath is good elsewhere. We can also boost. Oh, we need to play Siri Dash though. We could have. I don't know where we would have ordered this a little differently. We needed Siri Dash to go off. Okay, so hopefully he just... There's a low chance he gets the card here. Very low chance, because he's going to see everything 8 and lower. So there's plenty of choices. He probably won't see Making a Bomb. Of course he did, so now we're in trouble. I really wanted him to get Nature's Rebuke off of that and kill our Siri Dash. So I'd rather have Keltullis going. Now we have to boost Siri Dash. Let's think. Dryad's Caress. We're gonna have to Heat Wave this. We get Siri Dash's draw. Let's kill here. That's like a 20-something point Umberless Wrath. That's a lot of value. And we'll boost here. So yeah, earlier, when I left the Cave Troll at 5 health, I really wanted him to make a Nature's Rebuke off of the Dobleton of Sorceress to kill it. And also, maybe, if he had one in hand, kill it and then kill our Siri Dash and leave Keltullis alone. Just to go around the Making a Bomb. But he ended up getting the Making a Bomb anyway and not going for that. It was an attempt. Now, we do get Siri Dash's draw here. It's hopefully good. Oh, Spores is amazing. We're still in 17. I think we don't have enough. It'll be close. Because Gourd's going to get reset by Spores. It's kind of why Spores is in the deck, honestly. And then that's a 5. Boost one of your tall cards and actually have a chance. No, that's not the card. So we have Spores here for 19, or 18 rather. In our turn, they boost. We Heat Wave at 10, and we get 5 more on turn end. It's not going to be enough. It's going to be close, though. This is a good game. GG. Let's find game 3, then. The last one was a really good game, especially considering we didn't get our Witch's Strike or Onomancy round 1 or 2. We had to play into a long round 3 against him there. And our attempt to getting him to not move our Keltullis didn't work. But that's okay. Let's see if we can win this one. Now we do have our... Ooh, this hand. This is like an unplayable hand. No, this is an unplayable hand. I need more monsters. I could just throw it on monsters units for Witch Apprentice here. I want Squirrel because he's going to play Amphibious Assault and we banish that. It's a good thing we're going second, otherwise we would lose this game most likely because of this. I mean, there's no way we're getting Sabbath this round for Yaga. Or our Witch Apprentice. Our best hope here is he just plays Amphibious Assault and we Squirrel it and then we just pass on 7. We do have our Witches Sabbath, so I want some monsters units in our discard pile, but yeah, this is not a good hand. Actually, this is possibly the worst. This is close to the worst possible hand. We don't have a way to get any of our big cards, and we don't have any of our big cards. You think we do have big cards because we're holding Yaga and we're holding Siri Dash. We can't play them this round. He's playing Bernard Student, which means he's playing the Alumni and probably the Catapult thing. Refard's Vengeance, very cool card. I quite like it. And speaking of it, there it is. So we're not going to be able to get Siri Dash to stick this round. He has too much control. He's also playing Selkirk, so Selkirk will just answer that immediately. You can always tell they're playing Selkirk. I'm guessing he's playing Selkirk and Prince on Sace, by the way. I think otherwise there's no engineering solution. So he has double duels, so Siri Dash won't stick without Defender. And like I said here, our only goal here is to banish this amphibious assault with our squirrel and pass on 7. So yeah, that's just basically going to be the play. I'm probably going to throw down Witch Apprentice next turn, just so we have things to set up something to bring back with Witches Sabbath. Maybe I'll play Pact instead. Let's go Pact. Witch Apprentice can actually help us win the next round. Alissa Henson here going to be useless unless we use her on Heatwave. Certainly not a bad choice. But look how many students he has. Thankfully they're not meditating mages, otherwise we'd be really in trouble. Megascope, I'm surprised these aren't meditating mages at this point then. It could be playing like my Patience deck, where you just have the meditating mages as an option, he didn't draw into them. But the Megascope makes me think he's playing meditating mages, and I'm just confused. Very confused. Maybe this is for control against other meditating mage decks. That could actually be it. It's an interesting tech way to do it. Very interesting. Okay, so this hand is so bad. Get rid of spores. Even this rat's okay. I don't have anything to boost with these. This is just dead. Alissa Henson's dead. Okay, we drew Keltullis. That kind of saves us here. Again, no Onermancy, no Cave Troll, no Nithraal still. Cave Troll being the big one. He's gonna duel our Keltullis. Maybe a big Yaga's the answer? This is a very difficult one. We need him to pass this round. I need him to not push this round. If he pushes this round, we think we lose the game. So we'll try and scare him off with Siri. I think we bait with... No, we bait with Siri, then play Keltullis. So I think he has Onsace and Selkirk. But I'm guessing he doesn't want to commit them both here. Okay, wait, we're going to hold off here. No Keltullis till it kills one of these. So instead, let's just play Siri Dash. I think we have to boost, because otherwise he has a Boiling Oil. This will bait out Selkirk or Onsace. I think he has both. There's a Selkirk. And we lose Siri here. Now, hopefully we can get out the... yeah. Keltullis here kills off one of the mages, which is nice. Actually, Keltullis with protection will kill both mages if he passes here. Then we eliminate his carryover potential. Onsace here can't kill us, which is why we had the boost. He doesn't have any way to boost Onsace, so we're safe for now. If he plays a card that boosts somewhere, we just have to kill those as we can. But without Onsace, I don't think he has a choice here. He needs to set up a boost on it, otherwise it won't be tall enough to actually answer us with the duel. There's no shield wall here, just Inspired Zeal. Okay, there is one problem though, which I think we'll bring up while we're waiting here, is I'm going to play Witch's Strike, or not Witch's Strike, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card, Witch's Sabbath here, and when we do that, he's getting Selkirk back, and it's going to go melee, because we're playing melee, and if you look here, I'm going to play another unit, just because I need to resurrect another card with Witch's Sabbath, otherwise we're really doomed. So we're going to throw this out here. We're only getting back Keltullis and this Witch Apprentice. He's getting back Selkirk and Rifard's Vengeance, which are two really big cards. So this is kind of scary. If we don't draw Cave Troll, this is probably GG. Of course, Cave Troll or Onermancy here, drawing either of them, really high chance. Well, not really high, but good chance. Okay, there's Onermancy. Nice. I think we can use Spores. The thing is, he's not playing Banard. He's playing Banard students, but I haven't seen our Zua student yet. So he gets back Rifard's Vengeance and Selkirk. That's really scary. Although him bringing back 2 and us getting 3 and us getting 2 is not bad. Although you might think it is. It's just because we're getting back Keltullis, the lowest one of his 3 will die. It'll be the Banard student, so we won't have one with Patience set up. We are missing Cave Troll and Nithraal and Heatwave. That kind of hurts, but we're going to have to take the Cave Troll. There's no way around it. We need the Cave Troll here. I think he has an Onsace somewhere. Either that or we're tanking a Heatwave if he's not running Devotion. This Cave Troll, we need Keltullis to land here. But if he does land, I think we win. So yeah, the problem here is, if you heard me earlier, and I said they're getting back Selkirk and Rafard's Vengeance, that's a problem, because Rafard's Vengeance, he'll be able to do a bunch of damage with. We'll set up the crew for him, so he'll get 4 damage right away, 2 from playing next to it, and 2 from using its order. And then on top of that, he has 5 damage in Selkirk. We just give him. And now he has a Gerhardt, so potentially next turn he can Selkirk, Gerhardt, give a +5 boost from casting contest or something on the Selkirk, and then just kill our cave troll. We really need him to just not do that. That's what this comes down to. We need him to not use his Gerhardt yet. And to discourage that, I'm boosting up cave troll. I just want him to not do it. Not dual R cave troll. Obviously here, if he has Heat Wave or something, I think we'd have played it already, so I think we're safe from that. But, oh, Doom Vyandra, sure. Reset the chapter of mages. This is just all going to be Keltullis here. Doom Vyandra is going to be the card dying. He doesn't have a 4 yet, and if he did, Yaga doesn't have the Sabbath, so we need to boost to get Yaga ready for Sabbath. Okay, Shani is not a major soldier, so it's not trigger Rafard's Vengeance. And he's probably going for a Banard student with the biggest patience. I want to see how much patience it is. It's going to die to Keltullis, so it's not bad. Okay, now he makes it not die to Keltullis, but he loses Shani or Rafard's Vengeance or Selkirk instead. I don't think I mind that. Either way, Parasite. I think we Parasited away, though. It's 5 damage. I think we Parasite this. Gerhardt's getting really big. So I think next turn with Emerless Wrath it. But each turn we do this, we're losing out on 2 points from our Witch Apprentice. When Vyandra's dead. That's what I meant instead of Rafard. Like, after we kill this with Vyandra, we can kill one of the 3 big cards with the Keltullis. He boosted the Banard student so it wouldn't die. Okay, so we're not going to get to those. Selkirk is just going to sit here with his duel ready for the rest of the game, and I'm not going to do anything about it. We're just going to have to see if the opponent can make it work. Emeless Wrath here. Gerhardt, I think Gerhardt's an 8 next turn. We can't have that. Just because Becker's Rock Slide would kind of ruin our day. Again, though, still no Sabbath. I need a 4-version unit for Yaga to kill, but he's probably gonna... His 4th unit's probably gonna die. It's a Banard Tutor. We can consume that, but that's not very good. As long as... he's not gonna have a 6-version unit, so we just consume a 4 and a 5. So as long as we have 3 turns left and we do it, we'll be fine. Let's just boost this again. I just don't want him dueling us. So yeah, Keltullis is gonna kill that 4-version unit, but I'm guessing he's gonna play another one. And we can eat this Spell Weaver as well with Yaga. So Yaga's not going to be great, probably, unless he has another one. Reinforcing that. He's going to lose one. Okay, at this point, it's starting to get a little out of hand, the Keltullis. Actually, a lot out of hand. Also, he should be playing these next to Rafard's Vengeance. Obviously, the one from Chapter of Wizards. He couldn't. But let's just make this as tall as possible. Even if he has boost, I just want him to not duel. If there's anything he could have done about this, he would have already done it. Alright, who's a student? If we consume with Yaga, we both have 4 units. And then we don't get value from Keltullis this turn, so I think I'll wait. We'll wait another turn. We think Keltullis value here. Next turn, this is the turn we have to play Yaga. I'm guessing he's another student. Obviously, this could have been a mistake, but I think that the Yaga is just basically dead here, and it doesn't matter what he does. Okay, that's actually pretty good. We can consume that. Again, though, why he's not putting things next to Rafard's Vengeance, I will never know.
I am here to lend a helping hand.
And actually, by waiting here, so the reason, I guess I didn't get to saying this, I don't know if I said this. When I said we get the Yaga consume, and then we have the same number of units as the turn Keltullis value, it's because we still get that value this turn, because he's going to use his Rafard's Vengeance in order to put 2 units out this turn. Then when we Yaga consume one of them, Keltullis still burns one away, so we don't lose out on 4 points of Keltullis value. Okay, for real though, there's nothing he can do anymore unless he's playing Yrden, which would be pretty funny. But Spore, I don't want to Spores because we're going to consume that Cintern Spellweaver and just eat it with Yaga for a 16-point swing, and then we'll, I don't know, Spores just discards, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter at all.
You've met your match, puppet.
I mean, what's he gonna do here? He's been sitting here the whole round, and we just burned every card away with Keltullis or eaten it with Yaga. We're gonna eat his Spellweaver this turn. This Selkirk's been out for 8 turns, and he hasn't had an opportunity where the duel does more than 5 damage. We just got him. That's how the deck works. Spores here. I guess we'll get 1 point by resetting that Adapt. We'll consume the Spellweaver, that's 16 points. I don't want to consume my own guy, obviously, but then we'll reset for 1. And Keltullis won't burn anything. Well, he will burn another card this turn. He's killed a unit every turn so far. And that kind of value is just kind of insurmountable for most decks. And there's the GG. So that was the deck. What do I think? How did it do? It did pretty well. I played a few games with it before these, as I usually do. I usually do a few games with the deck after settling on a deck list to see what I feel about it. Then I record the deck list, and then I record a few games in a row to show how it works out in just a few games. And it worked out pretty well. The thing is, I actually ran into a lot of Syndicate. We got 1 in the video, I think. I ran into 2 more earlier. I was testing this. And stuff like Syndicate with a lot of control, a lot of answers, you kind of have to be careful for. And movement, so that one game with the... we kept trying to dodge making a bomb, ended up not being able to dodge it enough, but you can clearly see the power of the deck. Now, we never did the 3-round Keltullis. Like I said, I think it's not the strongest version. It's probably not worth the Alissa Henson slot. And he also requires the Pellars for a Purify on Keltullis, maybe even Purifying Cave Troll. Not sure it's the best plan, but it is a plan that seems fun, so. As well as, you can honestly, there's a nice little thing you can do here. If you're going to go for not the Alissa Henson, you go to your 7 provision slot here. This isn't a problem for this deck normally, but you can slip in Siegfried of Denelsea, however you say this. Deensla? I don't know. But you slip him in here because the Purify all units is really good for you because you're going to revive 3 things, Witches Sabbath. We have 2 Pellars to purify them because you want to purify your Keltullis and your Cave Troll. Cave Troll you're going to purify later in the round. But you want to purify them so you can run Alissa Henson, and, I mean, did I say without the Alissa Henson version? You take her out? No, I meant with her. You figure out, probably take out Emulous Wrath, but if you're running this version where you want to use the Witches Sabbath twice to avoid the Doomed problem, so we have the Pellars to deal with that right now, you can actually slip in Siegfried of this guy, Deensla, and then when you play Witches Sabbath, you can just purify everything with Siegfried. It actually helps you a lot. Just play them at the end of the round, purify everything, and then your Witches Sabbath you play again round 3. And you can get your highlight against Meditating Mages by removing all of their stuff. Pretty neat. To be fair though, this deck doesn't have too much trouble with Meditating Mages because Keltullis burns them up every turn. But if they get out their Idarian and you can't answer it, that could be a problem because the Idarian ones will start tanking Keltullis' damage. You shouldn't have too much problem, right? We have Heat Wave to banish. We have Emulous Wrath, we have Parasite, and double Pellar to purify a defender. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but if you do end up in a scenario with it, you can throw him in. And actually, just as a Purify for the Witches Sabbath, it's actually pretty good. Because you're going to need 2 Pellars. 1 Pellar for Keltullis, 1 for your, Cave Troll. You can just run him instead. That wouldn't be a bad choice. The 2 Pellars is nice, because you can Purify Keltullis, though, with just 1 of the Pellars, and you're twice as likely to see it. So it's up to you. It's just a neat idea I had while I was playing some of these games that I didn't vocalize in them. But I think most of the deck's pretty set, right? You own Onomancy, Keltullis. Yaga's the one card I would consider here. The reason we're running Yaga is to try him out, because he's new and I haven't played many games with him. I have a Relic deck coming out pretty soon as well, just Relic Engines. He's in that as well, so I just want to get a taste of him here and see how he did. Heatwave I'd recommend. You want control here. One thing the deck does struggle with is going to be Xavier. Xavier is a huge problem for you. At one point, I considered running the Trial the Grasses is another 6 damage option here. But honestly, we have Heat Wave, we have Wrath, we have Parasite. That should be enough. But yeah, if you have removal and you're up against a deck that might have Xavier, keep a 6 damage removal so you can kill Xavier. Otherwise, you're losing all your cards. You can survive, kind of, if they kill Keltullis. If you bring back Cave Troll and like 2 Witch Apprentices engines. But you really just want to dodge Cave Troll. Not dodge Cave Troll. Dodge Xavier and Squirrel as much as possible. Maybe bait it out on Onomancy. And then, I don't know. You want to be careful because that obviously is a problem. But if you win round 1... This is a good strategy deck, though. You win round 1 with Keltullis, you immediately Witches Sabbath it back, so it can't be banished from your graveyard. And then round 3, then you Purify, and round 3 you play Witches Sabbath again. If they win round 2, they'll have an opportunity the first card of round 3 to banish your Keltullis, or the third Witches Sabbath, but that's okay. Also, you want to dodge Melusine decks, because reviving their Melusine and Ryogan the Undying for them is kind of not a thing you want to be doing, especially when the Melusine's like 25 points. So make sure you banish her before you do that if that's your matchup. But the deck seems pretty good. Card changes, I would, like I said, Yaga here, really flexible. You could do anything here with these provisions. I just want to try him out, like I said. He was pretty good, but it's not the best deck for him. Siri Dash is another choice you can change out if you want to. I like having her as an option. She's a really big threat, and she can force people to pass early. And you have plenty of ways to protect her. That's another reason we have the Hakam Ale for the unremove lock. Because you're going to always use your leader on Keltullis to give him Veil. But the Siri Dash can't have Veil. Carapace only gives it to monsters units. So you give them Hakam Ale to unlock her, and that's nice. And then you get the damage and removal cards. And Nithraal is obviously really important, although I don't think we played him a single time today. He's really good for round 1. And then Alissa, obviously. The bronzes, you can have any bronzes in here you want. So you could go for more damage cards. Maybe take out something up here. Take out Alissa Henson, use the extra provisions here, and add 3 5 damage removals in. Well, obviously you can't. You can have 2 Azura's Thunders, another 5. But yeah, you can put some damage in here. Take out maybe your... you can take out Squirrels. Maybe take out Spores for 4 damage removal in the natural selection. But that's the damage option. It helps quite a bit against some things. It would have helped a lot against the Dolphina Sorceresses, but we didn't have it. I went for this version. This version seems pretty good. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.